Clove versus Cinnamon, second and third on the table thus far. This is the matchup that we're here for, and we're going to have the toss right now.
It's ahead.
Ryan, you won the toss. What would be your decision?
We're gonna have a bowl first. Looking at the wicket, and on our last game, we want to give ourselves a chance. Take it from a different perspective, and try to bowl and restrict the men under 100, and hopefully come and chase it after.
Well, you were here quite early. You got to see a glimpse of the first game. What's your thought in terms of the spin department?
I honestly didn't really pay it no mind. I just watch it as another game. I never really look at it into detail, but let's see how this game goes.
All right, well, good luck to you, and let's see how this game goes, as you say.
Thank you, man.
All right, so I'm here with the Clove Challengers captain, Roland. Roland, you lost the toss. You're going to be batting first. Any sort of target you have in mind?
We're looking at anything around 125, 130. The wicket is playing decent. Yesterday was adequate on the faster side. Today look a bit more level out, so looking at anything around 125.
Okay, we've seen so far the bowling seem to be dominating the tournament. So far we've only had 150. Can we see maybe a next half century coming from the Clove Challengers?
Yeah, I think once we go and get into the and apply ourselves properly and play good cricketing shots, I think everyone's going to come. So far the bowlers has been doing a wonderful job, so credit to them.
All right, so there you had it. That was Roland Keto. And so we're getting ready for the first ball in this really important encounter. Second versus third in this evening's encounter. Day 4, Season 5, Dream 11, T10.
second match of the day with challengers coming up against Cinnamon Pacers. And let's hope that we will see a better fight this afternoon. Of course, in contrast to this morning's performance with Saffron Strikers losing by 7 wickets. Good afternoon to you, Rafael.
Yeah, good afternoon, Stevenson. Again, we welcome all of you wherever you're following this broadcast. Clove challengers against Cinnamon Pacers. We can tell you that Clove challengers taking first now.
Yeah. Hooper will start off. I don't think he has started. It's opened the bowling in the tournament so far. I don't think so. It might well be the first time he's doing that. First delivery, that is onto the back foot. One that came through maybe slightly faster than the batsman anticipated. Just cut down to backward point. Jackson faces outside the arse jump of the back foot and cuts well, fine shot. And that goes all the way to the boundary for 4. It was short outside the arse jump, too short. Off the back foot he went and cut it between the squarish cover and backward point. And it raced across the boundary for 4. That was a fine shot by Haston Jackson.
Yeah, good shot by Jackson. Short delivery given the right treatment. I tried to play it in the first delivery but was able to find the feeler. This time he picked the gap.
Hits the ball down to mid-off this time and gets a comfortable single. So, aggressive intention shown very early.
Yeah, Jackson is known for his attacking play. He hits the ball very hard. And one imagine that is his game. So nothing going to change. He's going to play his game out.
Jelani George takes strike and he turns that up to mid-wicket. They've gone for 1. Will come no decide against it. That really should have been 2 runs because the long on fielder had to run in for about 30 yards. And in my humble opinion, there should have been 2. Hit between that, there's acres of space between that square leg and mid-on area. And really should have yielded 2. Big swing outside the stump, Kapil caught behind. Gone.
Well, he's actually been bowled.
Bowled.
Oh,
I thought it might have been just looking to see whether the ball ended up into the keeper's hand. Let's look at it here. Yes, it ended in the keeper's hand, so that's why I did say caught behind, but the bail was in fact dislodged. So again, sequentially, another wicket falls in the first over. And only in 1 inning so far, since the tournament began 4 days ago, that a wicket did not fall in the first over. Clove challengers, 6 for 1.
Yeah, poor shot. Really a poor shot play there. Ball that give him some air and looking for the big hit, but again, we didn't get close to it and swung and missed, and that ball just crashed into the stump. And Jackson, as you were just saying, is one that like to strike the ball, but sometimes just a bit of judgment. You have to judge the right ball to hit. And this time, I think he needed to get a bit closer to the delivery.
So
looking
Roland,
to hit it somewhere over long off.
Sorry, Rico. Roland Cato replaces Jackson. Hooper started and stopped. Goes back. Such a very good utility player is Hooper. And Cato is pushing that ball out to short mid-off. So that completes the first over. Good one. One in which Jackson was comprehensively bowled by Hooper and Clove challengers. Not after a good start. It's 6 for 1.
Yeah, they could have ill afford to lose the wicket of Jackson. Jackson had looking to cleared along of boundary, making a big swing, making no contact, and that ball crashing into the stumps. Again, as you see, Stevenson, the opening pair has been short-lived before wicket has fallen. Again,
when would that sequence be broken?
that speaks to the approach and understanding the game that's being played. One of the things you'll want to happen is not to lose wickets very early. Yes, you're going to look to take as much advantage as you can, but just be judgmental in terms of the ball that you go after.
So Chiran Noel will bowl the second over. And it's an all spin opening the bowling. Just a one slip in. There's a backward point. Cover, extra cover. Long off, long on, deep mid wicket, backward square, and a mid wicket conventional. Turns that just to the right of mid wicket and gets a single. So one more to the total is now got to 7. George has gone to 2, brings Kato back into strike. Well, facing for the first time to Noel. How important would spin be in this particular innings? We'll have to wait and see, Rayfield. But there was a cue from the first match that spin was crucial off the back foot. It's hit hard through extra cover. Misfield there, and the batsman will come back for the second run. The return comes into the keeper's end. But they had sufficient time to cross for 2. He's on to the back foot. Short enough. And
Kato looks to be timing the ball pretty well. He played that ball real through the offside. It seemed to be hitting the ball sweetly coming off the middle of the bat. Down to backward square. 1 bounce for 4. Good shot. He picked up that off spin and hit it over backward square. And it just dropped a few meters before he crossed the rope. Again, good positive shot by Kato.
yeah, it was picked up well. It was just drifting down the leg side and lifted it nicely. No danger in the shot whatsoever. We're in over number 2 here, bowled by Noel. Chiran Noel, none for 7 so far. It's ball a good over, just the 1 remaining in this over. So he's been tight. He's off the back foot and pushes back to the ball. I think he'll be very satisfied with his first over. None for 7. And after 2 overs, both challengers, they're 13 for 1.
Yeah, not a bad start by the Cinnamon Pacers. Just holding the Clove challengers at 13 for 1 in 2 overs. Will be important for Roland Keator to bat as long as possible. He has the ability to up the tempo, and it's important that he's seeing the wicket as long as possible. If they're going to get a good fighting total, it's important that he stays as long as possible.
Yeah, again, I repeat how important it is to think about getting at least 2 boundaries in this version of the game per over. Down the leg side, wide signal by the umpire. So Hooper will bowl his second over. So it's been all spin so far in this innings. Oh, there is appeal for caught behind.
He's actually been bowled.
Bowled again. Well, it's almost a similar dismissal to the one before, when again the keeper taking the ball and throwing it up in the air, yet just clipping the off stump, and there went just threw it up in the air. So what a performance here by Hooper. He's picked up 2 for 7. And spin has come in to action again.
Well, it's another poor shot being played by George. He just stood up and looked to swing right across this as we see this one here. Where he's going, he's hitting the hit, swinging across this one. And the ball just seemed to be leaving him a bit and hitting the off stump. But you really want to play as straight as possible. Get yourself in. Let the ball come out the middle of the bat so you get your feel in.
Yeah, but it was a fine delivery. Really was a fine delivery. Hooper has already picked up 2 for 7. He's in the second over. And he's had a pretty dream tournament so far. He's really bowled very well.
Yeah, Asif Hooper from St. Vincent. It's good to see that we have some players from the Windward Islands being part of this T10 tournament. It's Eugene from St. Lucia.
Javid Hazard comes out. Here is Hooper to Hazard. Hazard is pushing that delivery. Just don't behind square on the offside. A little bit tentative in his body action there. But this has been very good bowling by Hooper. Wrong the wicket. And hits that down. We'll get a single as he hit that down to extra cover. So off the mark is Hazard. What a fine bowling spell here by Hooper. Brings Kato back into strike. Shot off the back foot. Slaps that back past the bowler. It's going to go very close to the boundary. Tumbling save. And attempted tumbling save in the end. And the ball goes over the boundary line for 4. And I don't think Hooper would be very happy with that performance. It's looking, hit it over his head. Made a valiant effort, Hooper. And well, he really tried desperately to pull it back. But the ball had sufficient pace to go over the boundary line.
Once again, we've seen the batsman, Katie, looking to hit, swinging across this one. There's a long one, right back, mid-wicket, straightish mid-wicket, right back on the boundary.
Swing in. Just planting the feet. There no real purpose in footwork. Over comes to an end. So Hooper will be very happy. His ball is 2 overs for 12. And after 3 overs, Clove challenges 19 for 2.
Yeah, good spell by Hooper. Keeping things tight and picking up 2 valuable wickets. 2 for 12 in 2 overs. Clove challenges 19 for 2. They really would need some sort of partnership to get them going. Roland Keto, he's on 10. Javid Hazard just coming in on 1. It's 19 for 2 after 3 overs.
End of the power play. So over number 4 coming up. Not the best start by Clove challengers. They'll be disappointed.
So once again, we've seen the spin is creating some challenges for the batsman. We know
as it has done for so many West Indian players, of course, who seem to be rather vulnerable to spin. But change, so Murray is brought into the attack. And ball struck up to mid-off. Gets a single. So cuts and Murray left arm seamer. I think he's got tremendous talent, Cuts and Murray.
Yes, he's one of the young players that has shown tremendous all-round talent. He's good with the bat and does generate a fair deal of pace. And being a left-arm bowler is also an asset.
Ooh, that bat just seemed to spun a little bit in his hand. Maybe just the grip was really not as tight as expected. The ball going out on the outside and they get a single.
But he was beaten all ends up for pace in that he played too early. And was lucky that there was no mid-wicket as he went as far as mid-wicket, but there's no fielder there.
Well, off the back foot, he went and lifted that over the deep backward square. Short delivery, and he got inside the line and hit it well. That was a lovely shot. Shot and pulled very well. It was just around the heart area and lifted it behind square and went for carry power hit maximum.
Yeah, good shot by Hazard. He's this sort of player, even though he didn't look as though he was in the best position. But he went through with his shot and was able to get it down to that backward square fence and just falling above the rope.
Well, he has done that again, and it's gone for another 6. This time he went inside the line. Now, that's an interesting shot. As you'll see the replay, here he's going inside the line, taking it from outside the off stump. That's quite an extraordinary shot, quite an amazing shot that. And lifted it down to long leg for 6.
Yeah, great shot there.
Gosh, you've got to have a bit of skill to do that. Oh, it's quite extraordinary. Well played, Hazard. He's gone to 14 of 5. So, I think he's going to change. Kurtzon, Murray, and he's going to... Oh, he thought about going round the wicket, but he's going to continue over the wicket. Here he is. Advancing down the track and looking to heave that maybe over mid-wicket. It's interesting, Rafael. There isn't a shot mid-wicket in. And I think the argument is that Murray is slanting the ball away from the right-handed batsman. But if you notice, from the right of the square leg umpire down to the deep mid-wicket and long on, there are acreage of space there to score singles. Pushed out to the sweeper position. They've gone for 1. They will come back for the second. The return comes to the non-strikers. They're not the best return in the world. A couple of boxes before getting to the bowler. So this has been a rather expensive over coming to an end by Murray. 16 runs coming off that over. And those were 16 welcome runs for the Clove Challengers after 35 for 2.
Yeah, good over for the Clove Challengers. Some pressure being put on Corson Murray. They've been hit for 2 sixes in that over. Really, they has now pushed the score on to 35 for 2. 4 overs completed. And Hazard quickly on to 16. And Roland Cato on 11. So they both have a start. And one would expect that they would want to push the score on, as far as possible. It's still 6 overs to go. And
I think here is where the senior of the 2 batsmen in Cato will have to take charge. Now he's 11 of 9. That's not healthy, but there are a couple of wickets that went down quickly. This is where he has to take charge because just 6 overs to go. And he must think about getting that target up to 100, that total up to 100 and beyond. He's seen 11 deliveries so far. His eyes should be T20 in. This should be his opportunity. Driven straight down the ground. That's a fine shot. It really is a fine shot, and it's gone all the way for 6. Just like a gentle push, though. He got under it, and look at how he lifted it nicely, driving through the ball. Oh, that was lovely. It really was lovely. Imperiously driven over long on, and it was just a matter of the fielder going to catch it, or retrieve it rather. Looking to drive outside the off stump, down on one knee.
But that's a superb shot played by Keto. And what was good about it, really get himself into really good position. And Ryan John looking to bring the ball right up, probably just was a bit short. And he picked it up and hit it over long on.
Drives, beautiful. 4 more. 6 in fact, gone all the way. I thought may have just dropped inside. No, it's gone all the way for 6, but he was down on one knee. And down on the knees there and lifted that square. And that was quite an extraordinary shot because it was hit square of the wicket on the offside. It's not always easy to hit that over the extra cover area, down on one knee, and it was flat as ever, but it went all the way for a carry power hit maximum.
Yeah.
Fine shot, K2.
Difficult shot to play, but he played it well. Hit it over extra cover.
This time he's inside and pulling it. Will get a single. Really should not have been one there. Ball hit down to mid-off. The return was not good. And they got a single. So these 2 overs turning out to be expensive. The previous one was 16. John has already gone for 13 of his first 4. They can't take their feet off the pedal now at all. They've got to keep it pressed and keep it pressed hard without being injudicious. John. Must have been a slower delivery. Hazard didn't. Was that a no ball? Yeah, it was. So it's going to be a free hit. You've got the opportunity, Hazard. Got to be thinking boundary here. Aim for the sea, or rather aim for the hills. Driving out to extra cover. Didn't get under it, but got a single. Good delivery there by John, right up in the block hole.
Yeah, and he has been attempting to bring the ball right up. This was really a good delivery, almost Yorker link. And Hazard, again, looking to give himself room to swing that bat, was only able to get it to the extra cover fielder.
Kato swings that down to the deep forward square boundary. Is gone for 4. He may have wanted to hit that, might have wanted to hit that straighter, but it went much squarer, much to his joy and pleasure. And it went down to the backward square area, over the boundary line for 4. Turned out to be a rather expensive one there by John to complete it. He's gone for 19, so 16 in the previous, 19 in this one. 2 productive overs for the Clove challengers.
Yeah, and that certainly brought up the 50. 2 overs, and really know they have developed that sort of momentum. Both players are really striking the ball well. This is a partnership that have so far added 40, and really quick time. They have now wrested the advantage right back. Clove challengers.
Driven up to mid-wicket. Gets a single.
We have seen Hazard played in and also in progress path. Very, very attacking, and who would have helped? Or just turn around the game to make sure that upsetters would have won there. So he has shown that he does have the ability really to up the tempo. Very aggressive.
Clipped again to mid-wicket. Now there's an opportunity for 2 here. No, they won't come back for it. Return sent back rather quickly. This has to be a very important over by Noel. as to whether he can keep things tight. Previous 2 overs were expensive. Wraps him on the pad. There's an appeal for leg before, not given out by the umpire. They go through for a single. And quite noticeably, the 2 most expensive overs, Raphael, came off the fast bowlers. So, pace on. Lives that in the air. That's going over the long on area. It's gone for a maximum. It's a beautiful, beautiful carry power hit maximum. 6 runs there to Cato, and he's quickly gone to 35 of 16.
Yeah, over pitch delivery by Noel Day and Keto. Just coming forward, give it the full treatment, and lifted it, and he goes again. This one goes again for a bigger 6.
He's going again. 6 runs over the long on area, and that's gone for a huge hit, a mammoth hit. Gone to 41 of 17. Now, they're really pushing it on. Beautiful striking of the ball. Oh, it was massive. Goodness. He's at full throttle now. It's off the back foot and gets a single. So that completes the over, that's right. And how many runs did we get off that over, Raphael?
Yeah, that seemed to be around 14 of 2 6s being hit.
Right. Must have been 14, 15. The Clove challengers have gone to 70 for 2 of 6. The run rate now has steepled to 11.16.
Yeah, some 16 runs it seemed come off that over.
So 16, 19, and 16. Those were big overs, really big. The last 3 overs 3, 5, and 6. Wow. So just 4 overs remaining, and the run rate is climbing at a phenomenal pace. So Noel has gone for 22 of his 2, his first over yielding 6, but his second over yielding 16. Williams behind the stumps, just making sure that all the players are positioned where they should be. Wide signal by the umpire outside the off stump.
Ricardo Murray takes up the attack from the northern end.
Off the back foot and hits that down to the deep sweeper position. Was airborne for some time. And they got.
But one get the impression that the fielder really should have get to that delivery. I just seemed to reach and just stop. It seemed to be.
Maybe picked up the flight rather late. Oh, down on one knee and belted that down to the fielder down there. Was it down deep mid wicket there? And the catch has been taken. So cameo innings of Hazard comes to an end. He was taking that from outside the off stump and lifting that down to the long on area. We lost sight of it for a moment, and the catch was taken.
Yeah, Hooper that took that catch. Good catch, just to the edge of the boundary there. And Hazard. Again, looking to clear that long on boundary, we have seen quite a number of 6s being hit in the last 3 overs. Just was not able to get over it. Having to reach for that delivery, so he really demanded more force to hit it over long on. And he just failed across the boundary.
So Hazard is just gone, but Ned has come in. Another good striker of the ball. He's got to take off from where, or take up from where Hazard has left off. He's just picked up taken his middle stump guard. Murray picking up the vital wicket of Hazard, teasing him to reach for the ball. Wayward delivery outside the off stump, wide signal by the umpire. Murray wouldn't want to get carried away at all. But I think you may see him bowling somewhere outside that off stump line and asking the batsman to reach it, to fetch it. Yeah, that's the idea. In the air, the ball dropped. It would have been a great catch. Good effort. Stayed in the air for quite some time. Well, they got a single. Just peeling off the outer portion of the bat. Didn't get the fielder. But here is the effort. Really gallant effort. Great try. Got it in the palm, but just spilled it. And that one was outside the off stump and cut over the deep cover boundary for a carry power maximum hit again. Well, he hit that rather nonchalantly. Cato has gone to 49. It was short outside the off stump, rocked on the back foot, and carted it over the cover area. Will he get his half century here? He's 49 of 20. Here's Williams to Cato, who hits that down over the long on area, and that's gone for a maximum. So what a emphatic way to bring up a half century. He's gone to 55 of 21 deliveries, went outside the off stump, fetched it, and lifted it over long on, and that went soaring as if Hooper had no chance to take the catch. Great batting here by Hooper. He's now swinging hard out to the mid-wicket area, and that also finds the boundary for another carry power maximum, 6 more. This is fantastic Cavalier batting. Great hit. Now look at that right foot is outside the leg stump, deep into the crease, and he lifted that quite handsomely and regally. It was a spectacular hit for 61 of 22.
Yeah, what a tremendous over. 22 runs coming off that force over by Murray. And Cato really has rushed up to 61. That is 7-6 he has hit in that inning. And certainly really turning it on. This is what we know Roland Cato, the ability that he has. But he really has been taking the advantage to the cinnamon pieces and has played a tremendous inning. Its score moves in 92 for 3. And we still have 3 overs remaining.
Yeah, great batting here. Really is great batting. 61 of 22. And he has with him Darren Ned, who is a wonderful strike of the ball. 7 overs gone, 3 remaining, 92 for 3. They must be thinking about 130 here. Here is John. Hits that down to long on. Gets a single. Ned. Ball struck firmly. No ball. Signaled by the umpire. Peter there. Probably, I think that's the second time that John has overstepped. So It's going to be a free hit.
Yes, and he's got a ball that's free hit delivery to Roland Cato. It's really no nonsense mood.
Shall we see another maximum? 6? Or might it be a 4? Or will it be a dot ball?
We have the license here.
And he tucks it down to mid-wicket. Gets a single. Well bowled there by Ryan John. Didn't give him the room to free his arm. And it's been another no ball. Oh, I can't believe it. That's incredible. The umpire just stretched his hand out, confirming a no ball, just overstepping. And, well, he seemed to be remonstrating, is John, as if he's not happy with what the umpires said, but he's guilty of overstepping. And he's going to move in now to bowl to Ned. Here he is. Gets a slow ball and lifts that over the mid-wicket area. It won't go all the way, holds up just inside, and they will come back for the second. Now, that's interesting. I wish I could see that again, though, because he seemed to be going for the scoop. Yes, that's right. And then pulled it. And to change your mind just mid an attempted scoop, that's quite incredible, really.
Well, just looking at the replay there, it also looked, it was very close to another no ball. Just looking at the replay there, you could see it's
wide. He's not having a good day at all. None for 26 is John into his second. But he wasn't happy a couple of deliveries before. Just seemed to be saying something to umpire Peter. There's John once more to Ned. And Ned is lifting that. And that's gone all the way to another carry power hit maximum. 6 runs, got under that one and lifted it. The timing was superb. Straight down the ground. And that went soaring in the heavens and finally, of course, brought back down by gravity, but as if wanted to defy it. 105 now, 100 posted. It was 99, and that 6 brought it over the 100 mark. Over number 8 in progress.
so just 2 deliveries, legal deliveries. John going for 19 in his first over. He's now gone for 32 in his, for 13 in his second over.
Yes.
It goes high into there. Someone going to get under it.
Catch taken. And so Cato, was it Cato or Ned? Yeah, gone. Must have been the slow one.
Yes, looking to give himself room. It was shorter than he expected. And again, looking to clear the offside. Darren Ned just held out in mid-off.
Just wondered whether it wasn't the slow ball too, Raphael. You thought?
It could very well be a slower delivery. Seeing him coming, and I think John would have held it back a bit and taking it mid-off. But really has been in for some rough treatment.
Oh, yes.
Ryan John.
He's still got 3 deliveries. He's 1 for 32. It's highly expensive. But he's got 3 more into his second over. And the Clove challengers, they're 105 for 4. They obviously need to get past that 120, 125, maybe 130.
Yeah, they probably want to get up to the 135 mark there. Maybe to feel comfortable.
The projected score at this rate of sequence is 140. Wide signal by the umpire. It's Kurt Murray is greeted with a wide delivery there by John. John is, he's don't understand, but of course he's an experienced bowler. And I know that you won't have your day all the time, but he's not really delivering with the kind of experience that one expects of him. So that's disappointing. There he is to Murray. Murray is driving up to mid-off and gets a comfortable single. So Murray's off the mark. He's gone to 1. Total into over number 8 is 107 for 4. Cato takes strike now. He's 62 of 23. It's been a marvelous batting display. Well bowled, John, well bowled. Right up into the block hole and gets a single. Just got an impression that Murray was sort of ball watching.
Yeah, but also with sensible batting by Roland Keto. He didn't try to do too much with this one. He came down on it, a ball again that was well up, and he pushed it down to mid-off. Keto 63. Really has played some really good shot.
Murray hits that. The fielder going back at long on, but can't pull it back. And that goes over the boundary line. That's a firm, lovely hit by Murray. And it's gone for the maximum, actually. Was it 4? 4.
Yeah, umpire just changed.
Oh, he's changed his signal. I thought that both hands went up at first. Yeah. It did. They did, rather. And then just changed that, reversed the decision to 4. He's been treated really badly as round, John, with his last delivery that he hits down to mid-on. That's Murray. Will take the strike. And he's gone to 7. 114 for 4. So Ryan, John, 1 for 41 of 2. And it's 114 for 4. 8 overs gone.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed with his return today, Ryan John. But as we have seen before, that the faster bowler just seemed to be much easier to score off of. But Clove challenges 114 for 4 after 8 overs. Was a sort of a recovery after losing 2 early wickets, with Roland Keto on 63. And what an inning that he would have played, 24 deliveries. He has been there for 38 minutes, 3 fours and 7 sixes. He will want to.
Those are a lot of boundaries out of an innings of 64.
So we have seen the Murray brothers, cousin, Murray bowling the court Murray. And Murray picking up a single. Has hit this down to mid-off, and the attacking Roland Keto comes back into strike.
So 54 of his 63 runs were scored in boundaries. Keto. Well, the catch has been taken down at deep mid-wicket. Was looking to go over the top again. Fetched it from outside the arse stump. And down to mid-wicket. The judgment was good, Hooper. Going right under it. Never looked like dropping it at all. And the catch taken. So there's been a marvelous innings. Really Cavalier-like innings. Aggressive. And maybe has just done sufficient for Clove challengers as he makes his way up. 63 of 24. What a wonderful piece of batting that has been by Roland Keto. And he has every reason to be very, very happy and proud with his batting performance. And as he goes off, Sheldon Joseph replaces him.
Yeah, have been a tremendous knock by Keto. Really taking the attack to the bowlers. Hitting 7 sixes in his inning of 63. Really give Clove challengers, some a shot at getting a sort of score that they would feel they can really defend.
By signal by the umpire. I just thought that Williams didn't make much of an effort, really, to gather that ball. And even when the batsman took off for the single, he just didn't seem to be interested in getting the ball, gathering it, and shine at the stump. Bowler coming through on his follow through, and really should have run the batsman out. He seemed to miss it by a long way too. Murray, let's look at it. Now, he has all the time in the world to strike that. Maybe even run up with the ball in his hands and take off the bails. Perhaps. We used to say back then, Rafael, having a stone at the seashore and
But he's
still
out,
missing the shoe.
he's actually out caught on ball.
Oh, it was. I thought that it was. Oh, it's one of those freak dismissal. Strange shot. And then we all got fooled here from the context that Murray, maybe we thought it had come to him on the first bounce and then was trying to shy at the stumps. But no, he had actually taken the catch.
Yeah, it did give the impression that it bounced and went back to the ball. It looked so simple.
Yes.
And Murray taking that catch with his left hand. So the wicket of Joseph going.
And of course, he is by nature left-handed. Made it easier for him to grab it on his follow-through. So he's picked up 2 important wickets. He's 2 for 18 into his second. Was treated harshly with his first. 16 runs coming off his first over.
So it's 117 for 6. Just 7 deliveries remaining.
Hippolyte. Tyrone Hippolyte. The new batsman. There's an appeal for leg before and out. Hit him on the pad. The appeal went up. So Murray has struck again. Came right in front of the wicket. Hit plumb in front. There was no question about that. And so they've not lost another wicket. Leg before. Look at where he was struck. Right in front. I don't think he could feel that he was given a poor decision. Absolutely not. So Murray has now picked up 3 for 18. 9 overs gone, 117 for 7.
Has picked up those 3 wickets in his second over. Remember, he went for 16 in his first over. And coming back in his second over and picking up 3 wickets for 2 runs. So Clove challenges 117 for 7. And one would think that the cinnamon pieces really would have hit back to restrict them, picking up those 3 wickets in that over. The important one of Roland Keto. And Murray finishing a spell of 2 overs, 3 for 18. And with 6 deliveries remaining, Scott Murray.
Duncan will be bowling the last over. Kurt Murray taking strike. Richard Rogers, the new batsman. Can they get 10 from this? Or let's say 13 to bring them up to 130? It's a pretty good score on hand here. 117 for 7 of 9. And every team would want the final over to be a big one. Here is Duncan to Murray. Murray hits that down to long on. Will get a comfortable single as John comes off the boundary and hurls the return to the keeper. Just having to come forward and take the return. So a single coming off the first delivery. Good enough by Duncan. Here he is again. And That's driven out to mid-wicket. They're not going to come back for the second run. I think Rogers very quickly put his hand up and said, no, we're going to stay at 1. Yeah, he was looking to get under that one. Well, I think it was hit back, was struck back very hard. And Duncan maybe more taking an evasive action rather than trying to take the catch. Ball struck down to third man, or backward point rather. Another single. So there have been 3 singles in the over so far. This has been good by Duncan. It's not conceded a boundary. Good bowling. Down to mid-wicket. There's a shout of 2. They're going to go back for the second. They've got to hurry. The return comes into the keeper. And they just managing to get there. Still thought that the first run could have been taken much quicker. Just looking at the return, was just a little wide.
Well, there was no need for the umpire to put up
that's
sand.
what. It was actually
Really.
run out. So the umpire didn't raise the index finger because he thought, well, it was clear. So it was actually run out. It is always important, Rapel, to put that index finger up.
Yes, certainly. You want to make sure that you actually indicate what is happening. We would understand what is happening out there.
So 3 deliveries remaining. Is it 3 or 4? Well, board is saying 3. $120 for 7. Here is Duncan. They do go through for a single.
The final delivery coming up, 122 for 8.
Off the back foot and hits that nicely through the extra cover area, and that went away for 4, didn't it? Off the back foot, waited on it. Might have been a slow ball too, and it was struck through the extra cover area. So the final total scoreboard is saying 121, but it
126 for
might be
8.
126. So 126 should be the final total. 126 for 8. Well, let's see. Might be 126. We'll just wait for final confirmation. That's right. 126 for 8 of 10 overs. It means that the run rate is 10.60. And so the Clove challengers would be pretty happy with their performance, especially that of Cato, who got some 63 of 25. It really was a marvelous innings.
Yeah, I think this was the inning that really would have transformed the game. Clove challengers lost some early wickets, started from the first over. Then Keto came in and really turned things around. Really played some tremendous shot in his score of 63, having cleared the boundaries and 7 occasions, hitting 7 sixes and 3 fours. And certainly that inning really would have propelled the Clove challengers to get up to 126 for 8, and does give them a fighting chance. Cinnamon Pieces will need to get 127 for victory. but it gives the bowlers a chance, and one expect that this game could very well go down to the wire. With one would expect really a competitive match, as both teams will be looking to take maximum points in this game.
Jackson 5, George 2, Cato 63, Hazard 18, Ned 10, Murray 14. Well, Joseph went without scoring, also Hippolyte without scoring. Rogers was run out for 2, and Red Hood in the end not out 1. Amical, to be said, of course, didn't bat. So 126 for 8. Hooper picked up 2 for 12. Noel had none for 22 of 2. Hudson Murray 3 for 18 of 3. Good comeback round. John Expensive 1 for 41 of 2. Ricardo Murray had 1 for 22 of 1. Shea Duncan 1 for 9. None for 9 of just the 1 over. So the fall of wicket 6 and 14. The first wicket going down with the score in 6 in the first inning. In the first over. And it's just showing a sequence where wickets are in fact falling in the first over. So all the matches, with the exception of one inning where there wasn't a wicket falling in the first over. So Clove Challengers 126 for 8 of 10, and the Cinnamon Pacers, well, they need to get 127 in 10 overs, and I'm sure that this is going to be more than a competitive total. I think 127 having to score at around 12.70 refill, that's going to be quite a tall order.
Yes, as I said before, it's a fighting total, and one expect that it will be competitive. Cinnamon Pacers really would be making all effort to get to that 127, but Clove Challengers do boast of some good bowlers in their lineup, so it will be interesting to see who comes out on top.
I also think that Ryan John will be very disappointed with his bowling performance. I think as being such an experienced and perhaps the most experienced bowler on the team and leading from the front, it was not the best bowling performance by him, having 2 or 3 no balls in his spell.
Yeah, he was not at his best today. I think he wasn't given a chance to settle. And I think Keith would have went after him from the first delivery. And really, it's not a spell that you'll want to remember. This is probably not one of his better games in terms of bowling. But we have also seen that most of the quicker bowlers did go for quite a number of runs. And it tells you really that it's a good batting pitch. And certainly you can't just run up and bowl, even though he's a seam bowler. But a lot of guile, you had to be bowling the slower ones. You had to be doing different things if you're going to be effective on a wicket like this.
Because Murray went for 16 in his first over and in the end picked up 3 valuable wickets. It was a good comeback for him.
Yeah, good comeback. A lot of variation, slow deliveries. And we see he picking up the wicket of Keto. Again, Keto had to reach forward delivery. It was a slow one. It was wide off the stump. It meant that he had to go after it. And this is why I'm saying it's important for the seamers to use a lot of variation, a lot of guile, not just to run up and bowl, but to know when you're going to bowl the slower one, you're going to push it wide and make it difficult for the batsman. And that wicket of Keto, I think, would have started a little bit of a slide, and he picked up 2 more in that over.
So Clove Challengers 126 for 8, 126 for 8 of 10. Cinnamon Pacers, they need 127 runs for victory in, of course, equal 10 overs. And we'll be here for the run chase as the Cinnamon Pacers would want to chase that down. We'll be right back.
So welcome back here at the Lassages playing field. We are about to see Cinnamon Pizzas trying to get 127 for victory on what is expected to be a pretty keen contest. Conditions continue to remain very good here at the Lassages playing field. And certainly this is a game that we expect to go down the wire. I say good afternoon to Ashley.
Well,
Ashley
good
Thomas.
afternoon to you, Crony. Good afternoon to listeners, wherever you are. It's a very beautiful and wonderful, pleasant sight to see outside in the middle. Bright sunshine, cinnamon pieces, and Clove challengers. Battle outside today. We're about to see the very first over.
So the opening batsman in Nikosi Centile and Chandel Regis. And as we know, Centile way back from under 15, under 19, has been a very good player. And as I was saying that he's a player that was not as aggressive as he is right now. We know he is one of the players that always stick in a wicket bat for a long period of time. But certainly he has progressed. And now he's very attacking player, coming up national team and playing for Police, one of the club team here, and does develop that ability to hit the ball well. Joseph Dubiset, second ball being called a wide. So it'd be interesting to see Nikosi Centile. I think he's one of the key persons for the Cinnamon Pieces.
Yes, definitely so. Chandel Regis, if he really gets going, he can score at a very rapid rate. But they both need to stick for some time in the wicket and keeping the scoreboard going as regularly as possible. To see the beset again outside the off stump, the batsman making no contact, and we need to get a start because he's sent here 2 legal balls with both teams already, and still to get into the action.
So Amikel Dubiset continue to keep things really pretty tightly, just attacking the off stump, just outside the off stump. Again, he's one of the seamers that do use a lot of variations. Look as a thinking cricketer, and certainly we have seen in previous game that he was very he was being attacked very early, which is not part of his nature, but so far seems to have started right. Again, off stump hit down to backward point. Good stop by the fielder on the boundary there. Centile got on top of this one and really struck it well. It was really traveling.
Well, Clove challengers seem to have a plan to bowl just outside off stump there, and that is what Dubisetti has stuck himself to. And the left-handed batsman in Regis is going to take strike for the first time in lovely sunshine here. The flags flutter in the breeze, enjoying themselves. So too are the spectators of Saturday enjoying some good cricket. As the set turns, Regis is not all quite ready. He is now. And playing nicely on the drive of the back foot, and he's off the mark. So it's 3 without loss.
Yeah, pretty quiet start. Clove challengers want to make sure that Cinnamon Pieces does not get off to a rousing start. So we just about one delivery to complete the first over. Hit back past the bowler for 4. Again, this is power of the man Centelaire. Shortish delivery. Again, you see, Dubuisset just trying to mix it up a bit. Centelaire was equal to this one and hit it back over his head and went down to the boundary for 4. So that completes the first over. Cinnamon Pacers there at 7 without loss.
And that making it the second time so far, I think, in the tournament that wickets are not taken in the very first over. Cinnamon Pacers opening pair going through this quite easily. 5 without loss, 7 without loss. Centilla on 5 and Regis is on 1. Centilla is going to face up to the new bowler, and we'll get his name in a while.
So it's 7 without loss. The ball swung down. That's a mid-on fielder is going back. Takes a catch. Good catch. As that mid-on fielder there in Darrenet going back and taking that catch. Shortish delivery. And there was Regis looking to pull. I think really was defeated with extra bunks. That's the first delivery from Nicholas Redhead and just held out that mid-on.
Definitely. So I don't think he was really in that correct position to really get the ball where he really wanted it. I thought he was a little bit too straight in his position, and this had caused his demise. Not acting the body enough there. Maybe the ball had hastened onto him, but he goes, and Cinnamon Pieces lost the first wicket, so it's 7 for 1.
So good blow struck there. We are viewing a Dream 11 T10 T10 tournament. Dream 11 T10 Cricket Association tournament, and this I think is the 6th or 7th edition, the 5th edition of the tournament. And certainly a tournament actually that really would also create a lot of interest throughout the country, not only here, but we have seen it happen all the Windward Islands. This is the second edition being played here at Lassages. Certainly we are seeing a lot of talent being shown up in these tournaments. Just to remind you, there are T-shirts replica on sale. You can get one for $100, 2 for $150.
Redhead bowls. Williams this time pulling.
Down to the man and drops it.
He drops
ball going straight into the hand on the deep backward square boundary, and rather simple catch. And you will be disappointed. Look at the replay there. Williams again being defeated a little bit by the bunks. Goes straight down to the fielder and drops into his hand and out. And certainly a bad miss there.
Really bad miss. You don't drop those catches, especially at this time of the game. Whatever time it is, you don't drop the catches. You got to take the catches.
8 for 1, the right-handed center back into strike. Yeah, this one is swung. The way this one go, the mid-on is coming around, takes the catch. Jackson coming around there from mid-on. Again, the short delivery being used by Nicholas Redhead. We have seen it in the first 3 deliveries. We had 2 catches and 1 being dropped. And Clove Challengers again losing important wicket of St. Clair. They are now 8 for 2 and we are into the second over.
Well, the plan is working. Redhead is going to dig it in short to the batsman, get it to the pitch. And the batsman just not acting or not timing properly. But what we have seen is that both bowlers, they are working with a team plan and they have been successful so far.
So, good start by the Cinnamon Pieces. I know it was said that 127 is a good score.
Yes, it is a good score.
This start by Cinnamon Pieces, making it look seemingly look bigger than it really is. But again, we have seen most of the games where they would have lost early wickets and went on to do well. So still early days.
Ryan John, the captain, is in. Experienced player, seasoned player.
Again, just to remind you that there are T-shirts replica on sales. 1 for $100, 2 for $150. Grenada Cricket Association. And there's also some special prizes on Friday and Saturdays, Sundays. We have the face 3 balls and hit a 6 to win $100. So persons can come just be part of the whole exercise. Hit a 6 in 3 balls and you can win $100. So it's quite a bit of things happening.
Quite a lot of fun. The spectators getting into it. As Redhead bowls again. And Ryan John this time just playing it in front of him quite easily. The batsman hustled through for a single. So Ryan John is off the mark. And the score moves to 9 for 2. And we are in the second over.
So just to continue talking about those special. You hit a 6, you get $100. 3 times you hit a stump, you get $100. And compliments Chucky's Bar and Snack It, Cypher Keith. These are persons that have come on board just to make this activity an joyous one. Redhead just continue to keep things tight in his first over. 10 for 2. It really has been a good start by Nicholas Redhead and his first over. He picking up 2 wickets for 3 runs. And Cinnamon Pieces will have to dig deep. They will have to find a way to have a sort of foundation that would give them the platform if they're going to get up to 127 runs that is required for victory.
I think the most important thing here, if you're not getting the boundaries, you got to keep rotating the strike as regularly as possible. You got to keep the scoreboard ticking along so that when the bad balls come, you just capitalize on them and keep the score going as much as possible. It's a good total. It's a good challenge. So let's see how they get there.
Yeah, well, we continue to speak about the approach in terms of the batters. Even though it's a T10 tournament, it's not a matter of going in and just swing the bat. But you had to bat sensibly.
Definitely.
Push the ball around, wait for the bad deliveries. But importantly, you does not want to lose early wicket. And this is what we had seen. This one hit down to long on.
That's a good shot.
And goes all the way for 6.
Well played.
Picked up nicely and hit over a wide long on position. And
the timing was there and the placement was just
and it's the first Carib power hit. Clear the boundary. And Daniel Williams. A good shot by Williams. He being dropped first delivery that he faced. And just picked this one up nicely. And cleared the mid-wicket fence. Clove challengers will be disappointed that miss there. 17 for 2. We are in over number 3. Both batsmen, Daniel Williams on 8, Ryan John on 1. Stubby set in the second over. Just missing his run.
Batsman was not all quite ready, so the Bissett will have to go back to his mark.
Dream 11 Spiceisle T10 tournament. Played for the second time at Las Adjust, and this one is struck straight. And goes down to the boundary. And let's see, cross, just stopped just inside the boundary. The umpire, they're just trying to make sure that it didn't touch the ropes. And he's seemingly is satisfied. Just waiting for confirmation.
Right, well, it is, looking at the replay, he had stopped it just inside.
And it's good to see this is one area that has had a no signal for. And I was just going to make the point, this is one area that's been added to the running of the games here, in that the umpires have the convenience of checking. And that's the third umpire checking to make sure that things are, everything is right, whether it's a run out. Here they would have checked for the 4. They would have realized based on the replay that they would have crossed. So it's an added dimension to our games here, just to make sure that all decisions that's been made is actually correct ones.
Yeah, so the game has evolved quite a lot, and so too the various countries adapting to it, and this is very good for the sport.
20 for 2. Swung down to that mid wicket. The fielder comes around over his head.
That's a lovely shot.
Again, picked up and hit down to that mid wicket position. Another carry power hit, the second one in the inning. And Williams just seemed to be liking that shot. Really picking it up nicely.
He ball well. He picks his gap, and he really struck it beautifully. Very composed, compact batter. Williams, short man, and seemed to be really enjoying what he's doing.
26 for 2. And Williams pushes the score on to 18. Let's see. 16. So to be said, coming to for some rough treatment in this over, being hit for 2 sixes.
Definitely so. 24 for 2. To be said, put under pressure very early by Williams. So let's see how the rest of the over goes. The umpire, so I thought it would have been a high ball, no ball, but it seemed that all is well.
Well, I was just waiting to see what the umpire is going to do. High, probably from his end, probably is under the waist. Steered down to third man for 1. But the first glance of it looked as though it was on the high side. Probably just under the waist.
Very much so.
25 for 2, the completion of 3 overs.
So Ryan still is on 1 of 2 deliveries, and we have Williams on 17 from 8, playing a good little cameo thus far. And let's hope that this can continue for the Cinnamon Pacers.
But the longer Williams bat and Moy scores, right, it certainly will hurt. He got a hot Clove challengers. Being dropped with his first delivery. But he's looking to make amends, and certainly from now on, he will want to make them pay.
Yes, definitely so. Why not? Can give chances to batsmen. And when they do get it, it's right to capitalize.
Nicholas Redhead in his second over. Another young player that would have started, would have worked very, very hard. Nicholas Redhead. One of the players signaled wide there by the umpire. He's one of the players who would not have come to the ranks in terms of under 15, under 19. Actually got onto the Grenada team because of his commitment and his hard work, just training with the players, and subsequently getting onto the Volcano team. Because of the amount of the work that he have done, very committed, and really takes his game seriously. One can remember him. That ball is hit down to mid-wicket. Now, where does this go? Over mid-wicket again for another curve maximum. Short delivery. And there was Williams once again. Third time we have seen him play this shot over mid-wicket. And really would have...
Coney, I really like the dilemma of Williams. I like his attitude. I like his appetite when the ball is shot. And that goes well for him.
So, another carb power hit. Yet another one clears the mid-wicket fence.
So a bit of sloppy cricket there by the challengers, and the Cinnamon Pacers capitalizing.
So that's wide. 3 runs in the process, 35 for 2. And just to complete a point with Nicholas Redhead, is one of the players that really would have trained very hard on his own, and as such got on really to the heights in the Winnows tournament.
Well, Cody, I could tell you quite a lot about that's a lovely shot. They're going to get only one. And that is good cricket by Williams, keeping the scoreboard ticking. Well, as I was saying, Redhead was one of the young men who met me in the stadium once and told me about his bowling. So what I did, I asked him to send pictures of what he's doing, and after assessing it, I remember recommending him to Mr. Paul here at Las Address in his athletics program, so he can do some strengthening. And we took it from there up to some time, and then he went into the Volcanoes.
It's one of the few players that would have taken it up on his own and worked hard and did what was necessary to reach the top.
Outside the Austin wide, and the umpire signaling wide. So the required run rate is 13.85, and currently they are scoring at 10.57 with 8 wickets in hand, 39 deliveries to go. So they need to clear some runs, some boundaries, need to clear out some runs, and see how closer they can get to this 127. 90 runs in 39 balls. Loud appeal, but the umpire said he's not out.
Yeah, actually, a slow delivery ball there by Redhead, and as we look to see the batsman look at the plate on the onside.
And Redhead just couldn't believe it. Thought he was very close, Rooney.
Yeah, looks Looks a good shot.
Yes.
Looks a good shot from here.
Very good shot.
You're looking to turn it on the onside, and let's look at it again, see where this pitch is. Yeah, it looks a pretty good shot. I know the indication maybe probably would have, but it hit the back leg.
Back leg, maybe just a missing the leg stump.
Yeah, I think maybe that's maybe the thought of the umpire. Well, hitting the back leg means it does not have far to travel.
Definitely.
So you had to judge in terms of the direction.
Direction, yeah.
38 for 2 in over number 4. Nicholas Redhead gone for 16 so far. So this second over have been, this one is hit to mid-wicket. Down there and picked up nicely, and they're looking for 2. But again, good work, and it seemed to be Darren Ned that is down there.
Yes, Ned releases very quickly.
So they complete just a single. 39 for 2. Good work by Ned.
With a number of bands on his fingers, seemed to have some injuries. Almost 6 of his fingers. Some bandage, eh?
Another player with tremendous ability, Darren Ned. Ball hit right up this time, and the umpire have no hesitation. Again, being beaten Yorker right up. And certainly there, I don't think it was much doubt.
Now we're looking at it from here. Slightly playing across it too.
Yeah, played too early. And that's what the variation does. Beaten in pace is so you come too early, so eventually you had to play around, you couldn't play straight. So I think it was a good delivery, Ryan John. He kept really wanting there.
Very much disappointed is Ryan John as he makes his way back to the dugout.
It really has not been a good game for him.
Not at all.
As we look at that replay once again, one has to comment TNR communication, the quality of work that have been produced.
Oh yes, they have been
in terms
excellent.
of the replays.
They have been excellent. And what can ask for anything better? Just have to keep improving as time goes on.
So Cinnamon Pieces, they are 39 for 3. Clove Challengers striking again. The dangerous Williams on 25 is still there.
Asif Hooper is in.
And Hooper, our neighbor Vincentian player. He bowled well, picked up, I think, 2 for 12, 2 for 14. So he had a good spell. They will need someone, they will need that sort of that foundation in the middle to really help push them forward. 4 overs completed, 39 for 3.
Nicholas Redhead picking up 3 for 17. Very good spell of 2 overs.
So he would have gone for 14 in the second over, but picking up a wicket in the process.
Hooper looking for the drive, but getting the inside of the bat and getting him off the mark. That was Williams. So Hooper is yet to get off the mark. Williams on 25 from 13, 26 from 13 deliveries, 40 for 3. Hooper is yet to get off the mark and is going to be facing his first delivery from Sheldon Joseph. This one full on the bat. And could only hit it down to, for a single. So he gets off the mark.
Cinnamon Pieces require another 86 runs. Williams is hitting the one down to an extra cover region, goes across the rope for 4. Again, beating that fielder who is at mid-off. And mid off wide, and he just hit it to his right. He had some running to do. But really had no chance. So Williams continued to score in boundaries. He moves to 30.
Well, his timing and his placement is absolutely brilliant.
This
There he
gonna
goes again.
pick up another boundary. Not getting hold of this one there, but just seem to be coming off the top edge of the bat, going very fine. Picking up another boundary. The score goes to 49 for 3 and over number 5. Williams 34. Just remembering that very easy chance before he scored. So he's certainly making them pay for that miss. Uh, 78 runs required.
$49 for 3.
Again, lofted. Where does this go? The umpire just checking. No signal. Another carry power hit, 6. So that's the 4th maximum hit by Williams. And that brings up the 55 for 3 after 5 overs. Certainly Williams is playing a really good innings. He moves to 40.
So 72 requires of 30 deliveries, and he moves to 30. Sheldon Joseph ending his first over. A little bit expensive, 16 runs. Or should I say expensive? 16 of the first over. And there is still quite a lot of work for Cinnamon Pieces to do. 40, 55. They need 72 of the next 5 overs. And all that will depend on how Williams and Hooper goes. Williams on 40 from 17. Darren Ned picking up the attack. And this is from the pavilion end.
We just see just a little overcast. There's no threat of rain, but condition clouds just going over. Darren Ned, bowler's first delivery. Again, we want to remind you, spectator prize. There will be some prizes for the spectators. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you face 3 balls and hit a 6. You can go off with $100. You bowl 3 times and hit the middle stump. You can also win $100. And all these is compliments Chucky's Bar and Snack It and Cyber Keef. And we certainly want to thank the sponsors who would have make an input. Also a reminder with drinks, make sure to give the association, the Cricket Association, well-stocked bar.
Well, sometimes this do happen in the game. A little bit of misfielding and a little bit of misjudgment goes along with everything. A single in the come by the way of a bye. Take the score to 57 for 3. And Cooper is back, taking strike. Not timing this one all the way how he wanted it, but nevertheless get a single for it. Take this score to 58. And Hooper moves to 3. Williams on 18, out 40 from 18 deliveries. Now takes strike. The sun just taking a little rest. He has been shining all morning up to. Well, this one is hit hard and high, not making any Ned going after the catch, after his own catch, and spilling it. So Hooper gets a second chance. He is not getting the body acting around the way he wanted it. And the ball just taking high on the bat and going very high. Ned get under there, but just could not hold on. In the meantime, the batsman crossed for 2.
Well, I think it would have been much easier for Jackson, who was feeling that long to come in to take that catch. And Ned would have traveled, really have run a long distance and really didn't actually get his hand to it. But the fielder coming in off the boundary really would have been in a better position to come in and take that catch. But again, the enthusiasm in Darren Ned is that, and that's the sort of cricketer he is.
Definitely.
He's a fighter. He will go for it. And certainly felt that he could have get there, but just was not able to get there. And a job just in front of him. But have been a good overs so far. He just went for 5 runs. So it's really unfortunate not to be able to get to that catch, but really has been a good over. Bowled just 1 over for 5 runs. And after 6 overs, Cinnamon Pieces, they are 61 for 3.
So it's 66 runs in 24 balls?
We still have a match on our hands, still 66 required in some 24 deliveries.
So Ned going for 5 in his first over. Spilling catch. So it's still Hooper and Williams, the 2 batsmen in the wicket, continue to fight for the Cinnamon Pieces. Williams on 43 from 20 and Hooper 3 from 4. And after 6 overs, it's 61 for 3.
Well, Hooper, I said before what the player from St. Vincent does. He's a good player, all-round player. We know that he has tremendous ability in regards batting. We have seen him bowl 2 good overs. This player will want to bring that total as close as possible to Cinnamon Pieces. There are 4 overs to bat, so one would expect that they would look to increase the tempo. We see
Hippolyte, the new bowler.
Darren Hippolyte. He would have represented Grenada sometime at a national level. Really good off spinner. Doesn't seem to be playing the amount of cricket we knew that he once played.
No.
But he's a good thinking cricketer.
Yeah. He is. Very skillful. Something I like to see about bowlers, the different antics that they have before they bowl. And if you look at Hippolyte, he has quite a lot.
This ball is hit and cleared the long on. And that's again goes over the fence for another carrot power hit.
I thought he had stretched it to it. Ball was not really there, but look at it. He really waited and stretched it to it. And it's a good clean hit. Good time in the end. And he got carry power maximum, taking him to 9. And he's going to 69. Cinnamon Pieces to get to victory will have to have quite a lot more.
69 for 3. Hooper, first maximum. And this one is looking to hit there. Not getting hold of it. They will get an overthrow there as a fielder and cover there. Again, just trying to make out whether it's Joseph. Trying to hit down the stumps at non-strikers then, missing, and they taking the opportunity to pick up an extra run. So Hooper back in strike. Hit down to point.
I think he might have been just a little bit disappointed with this one, not really placing it well. The timing was there, but just not placing it well. And only a single for him this time.
I think what he was looking for power and not necessarily placement, looking to hit the ball hard. And it went bouncing down to that position and picked up a single.
Another good bowling from he pulled it. And it is 73.
Let's go. Catch him.
How this one goes? The longer fielder comes around and actually drops it.
And spill it into the boundary for 4.
And let's see, we'll wait on the signal whether or not it's 4 or 6. The umpire, again, is just trying to confirm. So if it's another carry power hit, no, it's 4. And the ball dropped there. Let's see as we look at the replay here. It comes around. And Jackson, they're really making a mess of this one. I think it was too much in and then have to trot back.
Yeah.
And was not able to hold it. So at the end of the 7th over, 77 for 3. And Pacers still needing to get some 50 runs for victory. And we have just 3 overs remaining.
Yeah, how will they do it in 18 balls to get 50? It's a lot of hitting. Cooper on 16 from 8 and Williams on 45 from 22. He pulled it first over going for 16. So let's see what Darren will do. Welcome back, Hector.
Yes, Ashley. Yeah, probably not quite getting the close finish we probably hope we will get. Still a few balls in there. 18 legitimate deliveries left.
Oh, he stepped into this one. Where does that go? Oh, magnificently played. What a shot. What timing and what placement he's playing with. Carry maximum. Another for Cinnamon Pieces. So he moves to 50 of 23 deliveries. I remember he was dropped on the very first delivery. So if you're minus 50 from 83, this is where they would may have been for 4.
Yeah.
So
one still is hoping that probably we will have probably something of a nail biter still.
So it's pressure on the bowler. Darren Ned, first delivery. Batsman almost find themselves in a tangle there, but was lucky to escape and get back. '83. What a shot. Again, this young man is playing with a disdain and just playing cricket as it should be played. Ned just going a little bit too much in the slot, and he just delivered just what it was required.
Seeing a blinder here.
He goes again. on the banks.
And 2 runs. So running
And they
well
get 2
also.
runs. So take it as you get it.
They are,
91.
yeah, and the required rate now has gone down to 15, just 15.4. It's not impossible.
Not impossible.
Yes.
The game of glorious uncertainties.
Daniel Williams is on 59. Asif Hooper is on 16.
Net bowls again. And that's a slower delivery. Good thinking. Good thinking from Ned. Always a versatile player. Always like to be in the game, whether he's batting or he's bowling or on the field. Yes, we saw his fielder catch, but this is not much of his we knowing him for. But let's see what he does. Got one more delivery left in this over. 91 is score for 3. A loud appeal for a caught behind.
2 very smart deliveries there. Slower deliveries outside the off stump. And the umpire finally raises the hand. So he's out caught behind. So it seemed like the bowlers were the bowler and the wicketkeeper were very clear in their minds that he did get a little niggle onto it. And yes, it was. And he's out after a brilliant knock. Well, he's done what he had to do. Just sad that he couldn't take it closer.
Yeah, definitely so. Well played inning from Williams. And he had really dig himself in, and after was dropped of the first delivery, played a wonderful inning for his team. So, Murray.
That's Murray.
36 to get in 12 deliveries. 6 sixes is 36. So they're still in with a very big chance.
Of course, in front of us here is 6 aromatic spices.
Definitely
I don't know if you have, well, I was on commentary, but I guess you must have described for us what is here. And I know I see nutmeg, I see mace, I see
the nutmeg warriors, the saffron, whatever it is, ginger generals, cinnamon pieces, clove challengers. So these are the 2 actually in action. And we have the bills.
Right.
And all the spices. Outside the off stump, and the umpire signals wide. This is Jackson.
Yes, Jackson.
Aston Jackson. $94. As he bowls again, this time the batsman is hitting, but only a single. He can get really a little bit of misfield, so they're going to get 2 runs in the end. And it's all seemingly impossible now for Simon Pieces.
As we look forward to tomorrow, of course, the spectator experience waiting for with all of us. You bowl 3 deliveries, you hit the stumps, you get $100. You hit 1-6, you have 3 balls, 3 deliveries, you hit 1-6, you get another 100.
So it's another 1 to the total. It's a wide. 94. Some pieces really trying to make a match out of it. Still need to get 32 runs of some 11 ball deliveries. He hits this one. It will run close to the man down there. And it's 1 run to the total, take it to 96 for 4. 10 deliveries. You need a couple of carb power hitting to get the required 31 runs. Another single to the total. So they will not really get there with singles. You got to have some carb power hitting. Those maximums are what will count and what will tell for this game for the Cinnamon Pieces. Hooper, 19 from 10, is now on strike. And let's see what can happen. Oh, that's a good delivery from Ned. Realizing the batsman was shaping one way. Well, he sent it to him. Do what you want, and he just couldn't get onto it. Well bowled by Aston Jackson. 97 for 4. 30 runs still needed of 8 deliveries. Two sixes of the last 2 deliveries in this over. What can happen? And Jackson really keeping the pressure on. Getting dot balls. The batsman will really have to compose himself. Keep his shape when he's going for it. Can't afford too many dot balls. Lower appeal for leg before the umpire is not interested. The batsman cross, and that is a single. I think it's going to 97. I think it's going to 97, and it's 98. The final over. So Cinnamon Pacers, would they have a chance? Well, 6 sixes is 36, and they need 29. 5 sixes is 30, and they still need 29. So what can happen? We just have to wait and see. Some carry maximum. Lovely sunshine here at last address. As we into the final over of the second game played here for the day. And Cinnamon Pieces are really under the pump. Let's see what can happen.
Remember yesterday, Sheldon Joseph in a heated battle with his brother Imran Joseph. He's going to end things here.
Yeah.
Find that he just be as aggressive as he was yesterday.
Let's see what happens. It's another tense moment outside there. Both bat and ball. As he bowls, I see the Hooper hitting this one in the air, and the batsman just falling to the ploy of Joseph. Just going under this one and hitting it up high, and the first man comes around, take the catch, and Hooper goes.
It was a full toss there from Joseph, just going across the left-hander, and Hooper looking to launch it somewhere. In fact, it's that time, is that where you need to really hit everything almost over the boundary for maximums. But all he could have done was succeeded in slicing it out towards backward point, where he felt an easy catch was taken.
So it will be an experience for the 2 under-19 picks from Grenada for the Winwood. Cavan Bartholomew and Kirsten Murray. They both are youngsters on the 19s. And let's see how they will face up to the challenge. And there goes Bartholomew. Caught by Ned, the first delivery. And this is not smelling good for the Cinnamon Pieces, who still requires some 29 runs of 5 deliveries. The 5 sixes is 30, still possible. There is still a possibility, but the batters will have to think and have to think well of what they are doing. For Duncan, Shea Duncan, the new batsman, making his way in. Some 4 deliveries left. And Cinnamon Pieces, 98 for 6 to get 29 runs. 4 sixes is 24, so it's not looking good now for Cinnamon Pieces as the Clove challengers seen are in sight of victory. A good total, 127. I thought they bowled very well, the opening pair. And Josie bowls. She hitting this one and hitting this one. It's 4. And that brings the score up to 102 for 6. 3 deliveries left and still 25 runs to get. Still a little bit of possibility. A no ball with a 6. The keeper just assisting the batsman there. Sheldon Jones is picking up 2 for 20 thus far. The batsman goes after it. Missing, taking it on the pad. And the umpire will now lift his leg and signal it's a leg by. It's 103. So 2 deliveries remaining. And Cinnamon Pieces still required to get 24 runs. How would that happen? This is what happens as he bowl now. And that still would not get them that close. So it's 1 delivery, just academic now. 1 delivery remaining to get some 23 runs still required. And it's 1 delivery to be bowled. So Sheldon Joseph picking up that 2 wicket, send Cinnamon Pieces on further pressure, and there we have it. It's the end of the game. So it means that the Clove challengers have won this game by somewhat 20, 22 or 23, 21 runs. They have won by 21 runs, Clove challengers. Beating the Cinnamon Pacers, as we said, by 21 runs. And this is the final game today here at Las Sages. Your thoughts, Hector?
Well, it was always going to be a challenging total to be chased down by the Cinnamon Pacers after the Clove challengers posted that total of 126 or 27, somewhere about there. Yes, it was always going to be challenging. And as it turned out in the end, the Pacers really had no real answer. They never really challenged. I think they lost wicket at crucial times and key batsmen at crucial times. And at the end of the day, it's a good victory for the Clove for the Clove challengers. What we have seen so far in the tournament is the fact that teams have won and lost, won and lost, won and lost. So at the end of the day, nobody actually is in full command. And as we get into the middle and business end of the tournament, we look to see which of the teams will actually probably be able to put 2-3 victories together. We haven't seen that so far, and until that happens, I think it's still even Steven. So everyone is still in with a chance, and that's what you want as a team go in a tournament.
Yes, most definitely. The tournament is still a little bit young, and teams are really trying to capitalize and find their place, and the top 4, and then the top 2. So, as I rightly said, it's still even Steven among the teams as we come to the end of today's play. All is left is the match ceremony, and
so to give you the Cinnamon Pacers in is Nikosi Sentile. It was Scott Huston, Jackson Bowl, Nicholas Redhead for 5 in 6 deliveries. Shondell Regis, he was Scott Dorinet, Bowl, Nicholas Redhead for 1. Daniel Williams, the wicketkeeper, he had a good knock. He was caught Javed Hazard, Bowl, Darren Ned for 59. Ryan John didn't get a great deal. He was LBW, Bowl, Nicholas Ned for 2. Asif Hooper, who stayed around for a while, caught Richard Rogers, Bowl, Sheldon Joseph for 20. Costin Murray remained not out on 2. And of course, at the end of the day, it was the end came. And the bowling figures, the main bowlers, 3 wickets to Nicholas Redder, 2 overs, 5 dot balls, 17 runs, 3 wickets. And 2 wickets to Sheldon Joseph. He bowled 2 overs, 4 dot balls, 22 runs, 2 wickets. And of course, the other wicket fell to Darren Ned, 2 overs, 5 dot balls, 19 runs, 1 wicket. So that was all it wrote. 105 for 6 they ended up, and losing this time to the Clove Challengers. So there is the highlight, 126 for 8 in 10 overs. In response, Cinnamon Pacers 105 for 6 in their 10. And rather comprehensive win, we should say, in that case, for the Clove Challengers, who will be very happy after losing their previous game. And now feeling that they're back again in business. So that's what it is as we await the presentation. And again, reminding you, from tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the spectator experience will be on, where you can have an opportunity to bowl 3 overs, hit the stumps, get a $100, or you face 3 deliveries, hit a 6, and you get $100. And reminding you again, all the various team jerseys, all the replicas are on sale. There's 1 for $100. You can get 2 for $150. So you can go down to the area of the bar. They are available there. You can see that, and this, whichever team you choose to support, whichever jersey you choose to wear, you can go and do that. Give your support to season 5 of the T10. You see a T10 tournament. Of course, those of you who are out there listening, I think Rondell is down there. I don't know who he has with us, but very soon Rondell will be joining us. And so, in the meantime, we encourage you to continue to support the tournament, continue to be here for lovely cricket and lovely conditions, lovely cricket, and you will certainly be blessed with that. Very good performances by the players so far. The bowlers have been exceptional. The batsmen have held their own. And I say certainly it's really developing into a fine tournament. And God, the weather has been pretty good to us. We've managed to have pretty good weather.
Yes, and also we have to give credit to the groundsmen. They have really worked and have produced very good wickets for the past couple of days. The bowlers put in, they get out, the batsmen dig in, they get out, they get runs. So it's very even, Stephen, between ball and bat, but slightly still giving uh, some kudos to the bowlers because apart from just the
All
pitch,
right,
they have
so
been
at the
thinking.
moment we have to go downstairs. We have to go to Rondell, and Rondell is all yours.
Okay, so I'm here with Ryan John. Ryan, this game really not going the way you wanted it. Tell us where you think the plot was lost.
I thought we started really well. We just lost it a bit in the middle overs. We did well to pull it back at the end. Obviously, we went to chase the runs, but we didn't get it. So hard luck today. I thought the Clove challengers played really well, so must commend them on that.
Yeah, you look at the wicket, 126. I guess you were hoping that your batters could have really stayed there and give you that win.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always backing my team, regardless of the situation. It's just that it didn't come off. I mean, Daniel played really well. It's just some guys to stay with him a bit longer, and hopefully we would have won. But it didn't happen, so hard luck.
Well, best of luck to you. You are on tomorrow again, and let's hope you can reverse the tides.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so there you had it. That was Ryan John, the captain of the Cinnamon Pacers, and they going down today. And so we're gonna be presenting the Global Services Inc. Impact Bowler, and that presentation will be done by first Vice President of the GCA, Mr. Randall Batiste. All right, Asif, well done with the ball, really impacting this game. Tell us about the conditions and your ability to really be economical in that bowling spell.
It's not something new to me to bowl the new ball in the power play in T10 cricket. I thought I did well with the first over, and that set the tone for me to come back the second over. And I think we did a pretty excellent job inside the power play. That was good.
All right, well, you didn't come off today, but let's hope that you can bounce back. You have another game tomorrow, and we say good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so there we had it. Asif Hooper, the Global Services Inc. Impact Bowler. And we're going to continue with the presentations, and we're going to be presenting the Carib power hitter of this match. And he is also the man of the match for this game. So Roland Kito is here. He's also the captain of the Clove Challengers. All right, Roland, all the awards seem to be going to you today. Really good innings. Tell us about that innings.
I think it was a total team effort, you know. All the guys chipped in the area. When I went into bat, it was not under so much of pressure because wicket fall in the second over. So it was all about me just getting to give him a chance, the best chance to score on. So, and it just happened I worked with today.
All right. In your batting innings, as you said, no pressure. But what sort of mindset did you have as in terms of really trying to maximize? Because I saw some really good outstanding shots from you.
Well, I think it's all about giving myself a chance, getting a feel of the wicket and trying to read the opposition plan. So I see the plan was to bowl full and wide at a point in time, back of the length. So I just basically backed myself to play my shots and just happened that it came after that, and I'm happy.
All right. Well, all-round performance to you. Good luck to you and the Clove Challengers as you progress in the tournament.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. So that brings us to an end of the presentation for today. And we are concluding on a really good note, a really good, interesting game. We want you to stay tuned. We are coming back tomorrow, day 5 of the Dream 11 T10 Spiceisle T10 tournament. We're going to see you when we return here. Don't forget, we start at 12, and it's going to be action. It's going to be epic. We also have the spectator experience that you can look forward to beginning tomorrow, where the spectators get that opportunity to hit a 6 of 3 deliveries or to bowl 3 deliveries and hit the stump at least once within these 3 deliveries, and they can win a prize. So lots to look forward to, along with a lot of really good hard-hitting cricket action. Stay tuned tomorrow, Friday, day 5, season 5, Dream 11 Spiceisle T10.